It is 6:30 on the East Coast. It is 3:30 on the West Coast. It is the 12th of September in the year of our Lord 2025, season 16, episode 12, 733 times. You have been welcome to the Clubhouse podcast. 2 nights in a row, we have been out on the road. This is the second of 2 nights. Welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Clubhouse podcast, and I guess you could call this the second half of yesterday, because we're not covering sports today. Well, let's go down the line. We switched the order on you because we can. Immediately to my right is my co-host and a man that has a green shoulder bag, but he's not wearing it right now. He is Alex.
Well, I would also like to thank Sudafed as my performance-enhancing drug for the day.
Fair enough. It is definitely more allergies going around. Down on the end is a man that was wearing the shirt I almost wore yesterday. But it's not the same shirt because he has his own and I have my own. We don't share clothes, people. You may know him in Zig Bunu, but his mama named him Don Ford. I'm going to call him Don Ford. Hey, man.
Because I didn't know if this would be proper to wear since it's another team going to a minor league.
They're in a different league.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
even then, the minor leagues are very harmonious.
Yeah.
You can wear just about anything, but expect some smack talk like a normal game.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
We are in beautiful downtown Garland, Texas. Today, it is the opening night of the 3rd annual It Came from Texas Film Festival. We were at the Plaza Theater. I kind of moved us 90 degrees to where the table was when I got here, because otherwise you'd just be looking at that wall. I figured you kind of want to see what's behind us to give you a clue about what's to happen tonight. Doors open at 6:30. Coming up tonight at 7 o'clock is the opening film of the festival. It is Bonnie and Clyde. And that's the reason you can kind of sort of see the car that's sitting there in the background.
The Model A.
That's right. The Model A is out here hanging out just to bring you in. Come watch the film. That starts at 7 o'clock. And then at 9:30 tonight, we have our friends from the Maki Horror Picture Show with a secret film. I will neither confirm nor deny my security clearance on that particular front. But if you've never seen the Maki Horror Picture Show, there's our friend Danny Gallagher and a couple of his friends. Very, very talented comedians that will be riffing on. They riff on films quite a bit. So
very popular genre.
They were here last year, and they'll be here again this year. I believe that they've done all 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. But
I think they're a regular.
Yeah.
But tomorrow it's going to be more all day. We're going to start with Bernie, the Richard Linklater film, and the guy that wrote the script, who is also the guy that wrote the article that the movie is based on, that Linklater saw, called him and said, I want you to turn this into a movie. He will be here.
Nice.
Tomorrow night, they will be showing the Denzel Washington starring and directing The Great Debaters.
I forgot he directed that.
He did, which is about an all-African-American debate team that I want to say is in the 30s, maybe. And then we'll have the current debate team from that college will be here talking. And then there will be a documentary called The Real Great Debaters after that. And then Sunday afternoon will be the John Wayne starring and directing The Alamo. And that will be the 2-hour and 42-minute cut. Will be all of this right here at the Plaza.
Confirming it was 1935.
There we go. And after that, there will be a maybe that's tomorrow. Here it's tomorrow or Sunday. There will be a 60-minute retrospective about the JFK assassination and how Dallas media kind of became the center of the world for that. And then closing out the festival on Sunday, Viva Max, a movie that takes place in 1969 as a guy decides in 1969 he's going to get some friends together and take back the Alamo. Yeah. So that is your lineup for the 3rd annual It Came from Texas Film Festival right here at the Plaza Theater. Now, the Plaza is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous theater. We were here earlier this year. We did not have video when we did the Bankhead Film Festival. I think I got it right that time.
You did.
But that back then we were behind the stage, and we don't usually, when it's like a kids film festival, we don't do video because releases and things like that, and we want to be respectful. That's why we're doing video today, because this is just a normal people film festival. I don't even know how to say it. But multi-generational,
yes,
if you will. So yesterday we did all of our sports talk. Last night was Thursday night football. Moving on.
I believe one of us had it.
That one of us wasn't me. I can tell you that doggone much.
I picked Green Bay.
Then 2 of us had it.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of headlines to talk about this week because we got a lot of stuff to talk about otherwise.
Yes.
We're going to get into stuff we watched this week from a television standpoint. I almost decided to finish watching Shogun.
Almost
But
decided to. I
almost
want to
decided
analyze that
I
phrasing.
almost decided to. I got onto a movie kick this week
Okay.
versus a TV kick, and I just couldn't shake it. So I've got quite a few movies to talk about this week.
I think it's funny. I feel like you and I are ships in the night on that. When I get on a TV kick, you're on a movie kick. When I'm on a movie kick, you're on a TV kick.
I don't know what it is, or I'm just not motivated to watch TV series right now, unless it's John Oliver.
I think that's because you're not a binger. That's part of it.
That is true, because I still haven't even watched. I forgot about season 2 of Andor. I mean, that's how
Yeah,
far behind. I haven't watched Skeleton Crew. That's how
I have
behind
not
I
watched
am.
either of those, but that's because I've been jumping on other trains in that scope, in the television scope.
Yeah, I mean, you are still caught up, both of you, on Alien Earth, I assume.
Oh yes.
I didn't see Thursdays.
As in last night.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I caught up on a couple, and there are a couple things on TV. Since are we in that segment?
Yeah, because we're not doing sports.
Yeah, I understand. Here's the thing. I love Alien. Everybody knows my fandom with it. On this series, how it always kind of has, there's going to be heck on Earth.
You can say hell. Hell's
Okay.
okay.
Where aliens take over Earth and it's chaos. It's not happening so far. It might at the end, but I feel kind of disappointed. I understand what they did the last episode, not counting just Thursday, but the last week where on the ship and kind of went back in time.
I love how they did that.
Yes,
I absolutely thought that was brilliant. But
Yeah.
before we get off of
Yeah.
that, I want to clarify, mini spoiler alert. In 3, 2, I thought that was a brilliant touch to how they structured the episodes, because had they just done it chronologically with that,
Yeah.
there might have been that moment where, oh, maybe these ones are cute and cuddly.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's kind of like that. In a way, it's just Alien or the island of Dr. Monroe.
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 Okay, you guys, I can't.
No, this is absolutely not that.
But
I want you to take that reference and I want you to flush it down the toilet. It is a terrible, terrible analogy.
But hold on, let's back up a couple steps. If that's how he interprets it,
I see.
that's how
It's fundamentally wrong.
But
we all have things that other people feel are
If I
fundamentally
make my
wrong.
point on this is that there's new creatures invited that
Yes.
are, they're experimenting, which is just like on the plot of that show or of the original classic.
No, he made those
But you
creatures.
kinda
He
get
made
the-
those creatures.
they're
These are
ma-
different.
But
That's where the fundamental difference is.
Okay. So the other shows, though, and I'm hoping that the Alien does turn more for what I'm hoping.
For the record, I've been
chaos.
absolutely loving exactly how it
And
is.
there's good points. I just want the chaos
Yeah.
on Earth because that's how they always.
You
kinda-
you want to be destructive.
I think my gut tells me this is a slow burn.
It
So
absolutely
just
I hope
is.
it
hold
is.
on. Just
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
Well, it does some great ramping to keep you involved through the episodes. So I feel like it's phenomenally paced as well. Would you agree with that?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is good.
After that first world building episode that felt so long.
So then the next two I want to bring up are the endings of the new Dexter season. They ended it good.
I am Dexter.
Peter Dinklage again. That's all I have to say.
Yep.
Worth it. And then also Twisted Metal. We finally saw the end of the season of the new season of Twisted Metal.
I watched the first episode. I'm having a struggle getting into it.
It-
because of it is what it is. It
Yeah.
it is the closest thing to satire without actually being satire, but it fits what the games were.
Yeah,
It
and
really fits that.
I'm having fun with it, and we had
Yeah.
fun with it. And I thought the season ended good, that kind of thing.
Mm.
And also, new one, two that we started watching is The Rainmaker, that reboot. Very good, that John Grisham novel. And there's some good cast on that, but it's basically a series made off that movie. And lastly, is that new one, Task on HBO, which premiered.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that.
Is that
That
the
looks
Mark
really
Ruffalo
good. Yes,
stuff?
it is.
Yes, it is. So that was last Sunday, and we have it series recorded, and it started kind of slow. And I go, faith with HBO series, you just have to get by the end of it started to kick up.
Because
So
it's a long story in that
yeah.
form because they don't have the commercial.
But I see the potential.
But did you have the same issue with the trailer where you're like, I know that guy. Where do I know that
Yeah.
guy from? And it
Yeah.
turns out it's the brother from Ozark who
Mhm.
had such a short run, but might have been the only redeemable character in that entire show.
So I'm looking forward to that. I wasn't
Yeah.
disappointed.
Oh, no, I was
My
looking
wife
forward
is
to that.
enjoying The Rainmaker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
got to. Yeah.
Only thing on DVD and Blu-ray this coming week
Okay.
would be Fire Country Season 3. What was okay?
Covered his.
I thought I went to you first.
No. He
No.
just started talking over me with
Oh,
Alien
I
Earth.
thought I was
Okay.
first.
I was going order from me over.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
didn't happen.
My mistake.
Okay.
I thought I was first. I'm sorry. When you did the point.
I am starting to
Go ahead.
see with Chief of War, circling back to the Apple TV with Jason
Oh, the
Momoa.
Momoa thing.
I am starting to see where they had the issues where allegedly Dwayne Johnson wanted to do it, but he was insisting on playing Kamehameha. I think that they initially wanted him to play the Cliff Curtis character, and part of that is more the aspect of all of those EP credits that you'd normally see Dwayne get on shows. Cliff is getting those. Now, granted, Cliff Curtis, phenomenal actor, has deserved every bit of it.
Cliff Curtis.
But actually, I don't believe he's been in 2 episodes directly, but we're ramping up now to the culmination with the last 2. I believe this is only a mini series based on where we're going.
Okay.
It's going to get epic. And allow me, I believe this last episode was the day of spilled brains. If that gives you an idea of how insane this is going, oh my God, is this such a well done show?
All right.
But like Don was saying, I have the difference of opinion with Alien Earth. I can't wait to see Task, but there has been a lot of really quality TV coming out.
From a tech standpoint, we just want to let everybody know that if you are an iOS user or an iTVOS user or anything of its nature, OS 26 will hit on Monday.
Okay.
So get ready if you have the ability to get that upgrade. I'm not seeing a ton of things that, like the iPhone 17, I didn't see anything that made me go, ooh.
I just have to have it.
No.
I'm having the opposite effect with the new OS and different things like that because they're trying to use AI in autocorrect. And I find it taking words that I'm right about and they're trying to guess at something else. The big one that is bothering me is I know which there to use, so stop trying to change it.
The one thing. Go ahead, Don.
Okay. On the iPhone, and I've been an iPhone fan. I've never done Samsung.
Mhm.
And they converted from Samsung. This new one is just saying how thin it is.
The Air.
Yeah.
Yeah, the iPhone
And-
Air that's 5.6 milli
And the thing is, I just said,
micrometers or something.
you got to get the case. I always get the outer cases, worth the money and all that.
Absolutely. OtterBox.
But would it be too thin? Where could it crack? Could it be sturdy when
That's
it's
a good
that
question.
thin?
But
That's my
they
worry.
have said that it is a more durable material.
Yeah.
So it's not as much of an issue. But you're absolutely right about the OtterBox. Pays for itself many times over. Plus, if you can get the option, the cactus leather is fantastic.
Hey, Don, would you do me a favor? Make sure that my phone's plugged into the charger.
Sure.
I need to make sure that's doing what it's supposed to do. Yep.
Yes.
What are we doing? Okay.
This is my friend Bruce Calvert. This is Alex and this is Rob.
How you doing?
Bruce.
How you doing?
Bruce.
You joining?
Oh yeah. Yeah. let me
I'll
go-
stand. I'm short enough that I still fit in the
let me
frame.
go get my phone.
Okay.
Okay. Feel
But
free.
Don, Don, I do want you to make sure my phone, because I don't remember if I plugged it into the charger or not. It's because it's what's powering the internet, and it could be milking my battery. So if it's not plugged in, is it? Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Because it should be plugged into that. No, to that. It's on the other end of it.
Yeah.
Is right next to your Gatorade bottle.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all good.
I have to take my hat off.
That's up to you.
There you go.
I mean, I'm sure the headset will fit on regardless.
Is that the camera?
You have to put
Okay.
the
Headset on.
on.
Sorry. Hello.
Kelly's never been on the show before.
No, I've never ever. Wait, where's the microphone?
It's attached to your head.
Oh, is it?
Now we know
Don, I don't have any audio
I
from
can't. Bruce.
there. Check channel 4, please, on the mixer.
Channel 4. Can I? So I'll. Can I introduce him?
Well,
real
let's
quick?
introduce you first.
Oh yes.
This is the second podcast I've been on with her this week. What? I don't know if that one's. Go ahead and talk. Point this right at you. All right, go ahead and put these on.
This is gonna be edited out in post, right?
We're streaming live. Are you kidding me?
We are
We go out
live.
blemishes and all. Joining us now in the middle seat is the reason we're sitting here on multiple fronts. She is PR representative extraordinaire Kelly Kitchens. Welcome once again to the show. I was not lying when I said this is the second podcast Kelly's done with me this week. We were on YDC earlier this week,
on Monday.
right here at Sunset. What am I doing?
Never mind. It's the one I handed you.
It's on Kelly's head, or it's on his head.
Oh, okay.
That's the spare right there. I think that's 4. Welcome back to the show, friend.
Hey, thank you very much.
We are excited about tonight.
Me too.
And you have brought someone with you.
Yes, this is my friend Bruce Calvert.
Bruce, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I hear you. Great. And Bruce, oh my God. Okay, so I'm not really sure how we met, but it's through a classic film.
We've known each other at least 25 years.
Yeah, long time.
That's longer than we've known her.
Yeah, I know, right?
We just hit, 14, I think?
I think
Yeah,
so.
she was a toddler when I met her.
Keep going. Keep going.
So tonight is Bonnie and Clyde at 7 o'clock.
Yes. And so we have so at 7 o'clock we will be presenting Bonnie and Clyde with Raylene Linder. She was born Bonnie Ray Parker. And so you can guess
Raylene wasn't. Bonnie was.
Raylene. Yes.
You said Raylene was born as.
No,
she was born.
No, she was.
Oh, she was named after Bonnie?
Yes, she
Okay.
was.
I was a little confused there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, she was born like 5 months after Bonnie died.
Okay. All right. I'm with you now.
And her Bonnie's older brother was her father.
Okay.
And so she'll be 91 in October. And she is a pistol. She is so fun and so cute and so cool. And she is working to get Bonnie exhumed from the grave that she's in right now and moved next to Clyde. So here's the fascinating thing is that Bonnie's mother said she had him in life. She's not going to have him in death. So they buried them. She buried her separately. But Clyde's father purposely left a spot next to Clyde for Bonnie, and it's still there.
Because someday he knew that this would all come to pass, I'm sure.
I guess.
And then after that tonight, 9:30, we have our friends from the Maki Horror Picture Show. I've said earlier that I will neither confirm nor deny what my security clearance is on that. But it is a surprise film.
It's a surprise
which
film.
we're very much looking
It obviously has something to do with Bonnie and
no,
Clyde.
we're not allowed to give clues. We were reprimanded at the media roundtable that there will be no clues given.
Well, but this is close enough to it that we can. It
wouldn't follow Bonnie and Clyde if there wasn't a connection. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I like that.
And another clue I'll give you is it didn't even get nominated for any Academy Awards.
And that is a travesty of modern American history, if I'm being honest. But this is the third time you've done this. Every year it's a different theme, which I like.
Yes.
I like that this year's logo has the coonskin cap on top of the Plaza Theater.
Isn't that cute? That was so funny.
And that'll be for Sunday.
Yes.
All
Alamo on Sunday.
We also want to thank the Garland right here on the thing, the Garland Cultural Arts Council, which is not only supplied this wonderful table for us, but they're the driving force really behind this from the municipality standpoint.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The city of Garland has been what I love about Garland is that there's always they're very invested in art.
Yes.
I mean, you see that here in the square.
Yes.
Whether it's keeping the historical buildings, we've got this beautiful art installation right here in the middle of the square that has the play space. They're already decorating for fall. I can see the pumpkins and the hay and all of the things there.
Can I tell you that so Garland has really decided to embrace its campy and quirky side, and so they are embracing it everywhere. You can walk around and you'll see a pair of wings that are made out of they're painted they're painted wings, but the wings instead of feathers are pizza slices.
As it should be. That's America. That's what that is. Pizza is a gift from God. We know that. We all know that.
So you can come and get your picture
That's right.
taken with a pair of wings
You know what?
on. That
I
is-
might do that when we get off air.
There you
You
go.
don't know.
There you go. It's just around the corner over here. So fun. Anyway, yeah, I love that they're doing that. It's like, why not? Right?
Embrace who you are.
Yeah.
It's like
embrace it.
Austin keeping itself weird.
Yeah.
Own it
yeah,
and embrace it. You
yeah,
know?
exactly.
It's also great to see old films in a classic movie theater. And this theater was
Agreed.
built in the 1940s, and there were movie theaters all over everywhere, and they've all been torn down in their parking lots or restaurants now or something.
Yeah.
I need Alex back over here.
Alex.
I need you back over here.
For what?
I feel I don't know. I feel very strange being the only person of the podcast on the podcast.
Oh.
No, I want you on this. But let's make sure. Actually, that's how we can make sure. I think I heard you.
Let's see.
No,
Nope.
that one. Let me just make sure. That one is plugged into chat. Chance should be channel 4.
Yeah, they're all up.
You know what? You guys talk. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna Wreck-It Ralph this thing.
Okay.
No, but this theater was built in the 1940s, and the city of Garland has done a great job restoring it. It still has a lot of the original
Yeah.
architecture, but it has new seats in it that are nice and
Yes.
comfortable.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure they have cup holders too. It's been
I believe so. Yes.
So
And it's and the screen comes down in front of the proscenium, so they can actually have a full
Right.
set
Peanut butter.
on peanut butter. So they can have a full
and
set
jelly.
of
No. Just peanut butter.
for a play or something behind it,
Right.
and still be able to do movies. So I think it was really brilliant of them to do that. Oh, you all right?
I'm stuck.
Oh.
One of the things that I really love about Kelly's festival, and this is the 3rd year that we've done it, is we don't just show classic films though, but she finds these documentaries about either the making of the film or things like the Bonnie and Clyde documentary we're going to watch tonight about the subjects of the film that are really, really good. And tomorrow with the Great Debaters, there's also a documentary
Right.
about the actual Great Debaters from East Texas in the 1930s and stuff. And so even if you've seen the film and maybe you saw Bonnie and Clyde or the Great Debaters 20 or 30 years ago, to see it again on a big screen, plus to see this documentary, to know about either the making of the film or the real life people behind it is, I think, really fascinating. It makes the festival really special.
Well, thank you, Bruce. I think context is so important.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And and to put things in context, and the theme this year is True Texas Tales.
Mhm.
But when you're seeing a film, a Hollywood film, and it says based on a true story, those words "based on" give Hollywood so much poetic license.
Well, and we've seen that multiple times recently in films that we've seen. For me, if you want the goes well with,
Mhm.
and Alex, I need you to look this one up for me. 'Cause
I'm on it.
my phone's over there. There was a movie, I want to say it was in 2019, 2018, somewhere in there. It was Woody Harrelson, Kevin Costner. I think it was called The Highwaymen,
Yes.
Mhm.
and they were the guys tracking
Yes.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes. Yes.
Great film.
Yes.
And as you and I were talking to Ferris the other day, I was trying to find a way to get in there to talk about, because
yeah.
if you want to, because I feel like that would be an amazing double feature, the two of those together,
Yeah.
because you're getting it from two different sides.
Confirmed 2019, The Highwaymen.
Yes, thank you, sir. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
Oh, put that on your
But
list.
before I forget, remind me to give Don hell for this. This microphone smells like Cheetos.
Oh,
Don, would you get him a chair?
No, I'm okay.
I'm
I just
actually
like
going to have to
contact
leave.
for-
for a
Look, we're
moment,
screwed
and
regardless.
so I'm going to have to go because
Okay.
I've got people.
Oh, well, you guys go
But-
do what you got to do, and we'll keep the show going. We're going to be here on air for another 36 minutes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
we'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay. So
All right,
Don, you
tag
wanna
everybody
take
out.
over?
Everybody tag out.
Oh, sorry. I'm Kelly Kitchens. What was I going to say? What was my tag?
Were you going to just give out your website?
Oh yeah. Yeah. KellyKitchensPR.com.
Someone's signaling
you.
for you as well.
Oh,
All right.
sorry.
All right, everybody tag out.
Okay, I am Bruce Calvert, and I actually have a website too. It's
Go
called
ahead.
the Silent Film Still Archive, where you can find hundreds of original photographs and ads for silent movies
Oh, wow.
going back to the early 1900s through the 1940s.
Oh, I would love to see that.
So
Thank you.
just look it up on the internet.
We'll see you
Silent Film Still Archive.com.
And that's at .org or .com? Okay, I want to make sure we get it right. Silent Film
Silent Film Still Archive.
Archive.com.
Yes.
All right, cool. Excellent. Thank you so much. We are
Thanks for
live.
having us.
Oh, always a pleasure. We are live right now outside of the Plaza Theater in beautiful, historic, scenic, and any other adjective I can come up with, Garland, Texas, on the square. Oh, Don, we've got 4 working headsets now.
Oh no, it's all right. I'll do my
Well,
thing.
all right.
Just
Fair
like
enough.
the festival, you guys know me. We're at the
Yeah, but it's not. Okay.
It's going to be what it's going to be.
This side.
I'm going to figure out the spider web. You feel free.
Okay. Well, we have another guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody, please.
Hi there, I'm Ferris Rookstool.
Also, the second podcast this week I've been on with one of our guests.
Yes,
Welcome, sir.
it's good to see you in person.
Good to see you in person.
Yes, you look more lively as opposed to a little square on a computer
being
screen.
stuck up against the wall. But yeah, I'm
Exactly.
always happy to be on YDC, especially trying to fill in the shoes for Groobs.
Absolutely.
This is Alex. He is
Alex,
my
nice to meet
broadcast
you.
Nice to meet you,
partner.
sir.
Nice to meet you.
Tonight's the big night.
It is.
Well, you got tonight, and then
and then I have
you've
tomorrow.
got 2 different things
I
happening
do.
this weekend.
Now, this would be the good segue. Why don't you confirm exactly when you have on tomorrow?
Okay, tomorrow I'm on at 3:00, I believe. Tomorrow, I've been confused on the timing of everything because I've been doing so many podcasts and interviews. We did one last night from 6 p.m. till 10:30 at night.
Woo.
And then this morning we were doing Fox Good Day. And of course, that all got changed around. And so I have like 3 or 4 tonight. And then I have 3 or 4 tomorrow. And so I'm kind of like the circus monkey or whatever.
Being successful is so tough, isn't it?
Exactly.
But he's actually got ties to do 2 different things here at
Yes.
the festival. Tomorrow is when we're going to be dealing with the JFK assassination
Correct.
footage.
Yeah, exactly.
If you missed that episode of YDC from earlier this week, look it up. We were still talking for like an hour after we went off air.
I feel like you just described most YDC.
Yeah, you're not wrong. When I say the words, this man has read over 500,000 pages
Yes.
dealing with JFK. I am not being facetious.
Nope.
I am not being metaphorical.
That's correct.
You have not only read more than 500,000 pages, you have schlepped said pages
Yes.
across the country.
1,372 miles, 26 hours nonstop in a quote U-Haul truck.
Now,
Oh, wow.
now, I don't want to give away too much of the story if they didn't see it on YDC because
Okay.
I have no doubt you're going to be able to tell the story tomorrow. But when you told the story on YDC, I was so glad that I was off camera because the whole time I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. Like,
no, I mean, I still to this day, have that sensation of like, are you really kidding me? Our government put the only original records in a non-government vehicle. They didn't know the service history of this vehicle. This vehicle could have caught fire, burned up, and my imaginary grandchildren would be testifying before Congress about what their grandfather had done. And one of the things that absolutely I look back on is that the same attitude I had of thinking that I was working for one of the most colossally inept supervisors in the history of the FBI. This man, I've said in the other interview, and I'll say it again today, we called him Budo for big, ugly, dumb one. This guy, he was as dumb as a box of rocks, and he's still alive, so I won't say his name.
Is
But-
that an insult to rocks, though?
Yeah, but
And
this
boxes.
guy was so colossally stupid. And at the time that I was charged with doing that, now 34 years later, I still have the same opinion of that man and his decision-making process. Sometimes you mellow with age. No, I still think that this was the most psychotic, reckless assignment in my FBI career. And the other thing about it is we had our bureau planes that cost nothing. In other words, they're being paid for. The tax dollars, the fueling, the pilots are FBI agents, in our aviation unit. We had the resources available in Houston that could have gone to Dallas, one coming from New Orleans to refuel in Houston. We could have put all these records on 2 FBI planes, and I could have flown up there in just a few hours.
In a fraction of the
and
time.
a fraction of the time. Yes,
by
a
this point-
fraction of the time.
By this point, you had spent so much time with these pages. You're like,
Yes.
if these pages go away from me, I'm okay with that.
Yes. So when I backed up that truck, I recently moved, and I'll say this, I still have that kind of that trepidation about getting in a truck, with your whole world possessions, like in your home, your house and stuff. But the same sphincter tightening I had over all the original records of JFK. And when I backed in that truck, that big, I think it was like 26 or bigger truck, backed in that truck at FBI headquarters, set the air brake, that, air brake that you have. And we went back there. I had a special lock, which I still have to this day. We had a special lock on the back of the truck, and I unroll the thing. And all these clerks and support staff of the FBI come out there, and they're like, holy shit, that's a lot of stuff. They had shown up.
That's the one we get, because this is a family show.
Oh, a family show. Okay.
Versus Whitey C.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
So they showed up with a hand truck. A hand truck. And I'm like, they said, this is a lot of stuff. And I said, yeah, you're going to be busy for quite a while.
2 words, big homie: pallet jack.
Exactly.
Did those exist at that time?
So I'm thinking, okay, I'm done. Let's get to that document that I brought with them, which is the release, care, custody, and control, since these were personally charged out to yours truly. In other words, that's why I had, as I say, the severe sphincter tightening over the fact that my whole career was on the line with these records. So I signed them over, and I'm thinking I'm done. I think, okay, my mission is complete. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And that's just the first part of that story.
Yes.
My thing was, what happens if you get pulled over and they want to search the vehicle?
Well, this is what's happened in Arkansas. This is exactly what happened in Arkansas. So we had 3 guys in the truck. We had myself, a special agent friend of mine who just passed away, and another guy from the office. And so, we had kind of a flip as to who was going to, rest and who was going to, drive the truck and who was going to work the radio. We had FBI radios and tracking devices and all this stuff on the truck. So my friend, who has longer hair and a pierced ear, he decides I'm going to be the driver, because he figured, it's still daylight. I can be the guy. So we finally get across the Texas, Arkansas, and what happens? He's speeding. So we have a trooper pull us over. And of course, we got guns on the thing, the whole thing. You're supposed to pull out your credentials and say, identify yourself, the whole bit. And this trooper, he looks at all of us in the truck, and we're all pulling out our creds, or we call them creds, credentials.
Right.
Pull out our creds, badge, the whole bit, to identify ourselves. And he looks at my friend who's driving the truck, and he's like, oh, I don't think so. He's like, not buying it. Like, well, let me see these credentials a little bit closer. And sure enough, he understood that it was legit. And he says, well, what are you doing? And we said, we're hauling evidence. We can't show it to you, but we're hauling evidence. We have to transport it to headquarters. And he says, well, okay, be very careful.
So he takes one look at your buddy and he's like, okay, narcotics.
Yes,
something else.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's thinking it's probably cocaine or
Yeah.
something like that nature. So fast forward, when we had to fuel up the truck, we got to Memphis, and my friend Bill Tigan, the special agent, a friend of mine who was in the truck with me, he thought, okay, I need to check in with Budo and let Budo know back at the headquarters. He was our ASAC. ASAC is the acronym of the FBI for Assistant Special Agent in Charge. So he calls Budo back there at FBI Dallas field office and said to him, well, we've just pulled into Memphis. We're in Memphis, Tennessee, and Budo says to him, Memphis? Wow, you're making pretty good time. And he says, yeah, we made pretty good time, except, we picked up Elvis along the way. So, And Budo didn't have a sense of humor, and so Bill and I are laughing at that, and Budo's like, what's so funny? I don't understand.
He was working at a 7-Eleven in Little Rock.
Yes,
That's all we're willing to tell you at this point.
Exactly. So, but what's
We
crazy?
recognized him from the shoes.
Yes, the shoes. But what's funny is to show you how popular your podcast is and on air your following. I got this alert after I appeared on your program
On YDC?
on YDC,
Okay.
yeah, that I had 1,305 people go to my website.
That's
I mean,
great.
it's like in one day.
That's
one day.
awesome.
We have this on wax too, Becca. We have this. We're watching this now. We're recording this now. But now that's tomorrow. But tonight,
Yeah, tonight's Bonnie and Clyde. So I ride these two horses. I got the Bonnie and Clyde thing, and then I got the JFK thing tomorrow. But Bonnie and Clyde really kind of dovetails this whole JFK thing because I was 5 years old. I was a little kid. I was a few years old when JFK, I was at Love Field with my parents, but that's another story.
Mhm.
But what happened was with Bonnie and Clyde was I was 5 years old when they're filming the movie. And one of the things that I had never seen in my life as a 5-year-old, and most 5-year-olds wouldn't care to, they're pooping in their britches and eating their Cheerios or whatever.
I'm doing that at 52.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. They don't have Captain Kangaroo anymore. So they're, they do that. But I was listening to the automatic gunfire of them doing the machine gun fire for the scenes in Bonnie and Clyde. Was a kid. You're like, oh my God, this is cool. Let's go see it. And that showed me how I was a little, obviously a little twisted because I'm the kind of guy that runs towards gunfire where most people are like, oh, no, I'm not going to be anywhere close to the gunfire. So I get in the car with my dad, and, back then we didn't have seat belts. And so we get in the car and we take off.
Dad's arm was the seatbelt.
Yeah, Dad's arm was the seatbelt. So I get in there and we go up there and they have the lights and the cameras and the whole clown car of people and, the whole crew and everything out there and makeup and watching these, Tommy guns being fired. And that sold me. I was like, wow, this is cool. This is fantastic. So 5 years later, I ended up writing J. Edgar Hoover a letter. And I said, Dear Mr. Hoover, I was 10 years old at this point, writing the director of the FBI, asking him if I could have some old FBI wanted posters of Bonnie and Clyde. And of course, some GS3 clerk at FBI headquarters didn't understand my letter. And I'm like, oh, no, you can't have letters. And Mr. Hoover signed the letter, which I still have today.
Nice.
And what happened was I still love this Bonnie and Clyde stuff. And so I had been working in my adult life for 5.5 years on the staff at UT Southwestern Medical School as a medical illustrator, medical photographer. And the oil revenues in 1983 were in the tank. They were just absolutely they were bottomed out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as a state-supported University of Texas system, which was getting funded by oil money, they had to lay everyone off. So we had what they call a reduction in force. And so I'm laid off. The RIF, exactly. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, my God, what am I going to do for a living? So I just got the pink slip and I'm driving, to the grocery store with, all my stuff in the backseat of the car. And it was the same grocery store where I had seen the caravan of carts with the production staff was buying all these groceries for the filming of Bonnie and Clyde. And as I'm driving to this grocery store, this man walks in front of my car. And I nearly hit him. I nearly clocked him. And he's flipping me the bird and he's calling me every name in the book. And I'm like, no, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, my God. And he's like, oh, my God, Ferris? And I said, Greg? And this is a guy I had grown up with. Mm-hmm. And so he says, what are you doing? I said, oh, my God, I just got laid off from my job. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, let's have lunch. So I said to him, well, I'll tell you what, you can treat since I was
going to say, it's then you're paying.
Yeah, you're paying. So we get to this little Italian pizza place next door to the Medallion Theater. And so we're there at the pizza place. I said, you never answered the question. What are you doing for a living? And he does the left to right. He's looking over to his left, looking to right. Haw. Yeah, the hem and haw. And he says, well, Ferris, he says, I'm actually working for the FBI. And I'm like, BS. Come on. Let's see some credentials.
We can both throw letters out there.
Exactly. So he pulls his credentials out, and I'm like, oh my God. And I said, well, you probably don't know this. I wrote J. Edgar Hoover asking for Bonnie and Clyde wanted posters and the like. And he goes, well, you should apply. So I said, well, I don't know how to apply. And he says, well, I'll tell you what, why don't we take you down to the FBI office? I'll get you the application. You can fill it out. It's 22-page application, 11 pages front and back. You're going to need to get a headshot taken, to put on your application. So the place I go to get my headshot taken was a photography studio owned by Larry Levine, the founder of Chili's. And Larry he was very passionate still to this day about photography. So they shot my photograph for my headshot for the FBI application as a favor, as a friend. But right across the street was Stokes Studios, where they shot all the interiors of Bonnie and Clyde. So I'm like, well, oh my crap, look at this. There's Stokes Studios, So all this has been dovetailed. So finally, when I get hired, sworn in, the whole bit, the original files of Bonnie and Clyde are in the FBI field office. And so
wait, is this something we're allowed to admit?
Yes,
to right now?
Okay,
I want to make sure because we don't want to incriminate you.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
He's already told this story, so that's why I'm kind of letting you go a little bit.
Remember, I'm not. This is new to me. I'm fascinated.
That's all right. That's all right.
So I'm like looking in these files, and I see the wanted poster, and then I realize, oh my God, the famous wanted poster that you've seen on eBay, you've seen on Etsy, you've seen it produced 1,000 times. The wanted poster of Bonnie and Clyde was actually created in the Dallas FBI field office. Huh. And the FBI in 1933-34 was located in the same postal U.S. government office where later a man named Lee Harvey Oswald would order and receive his rifle from P.O. Box 2915. So I'm like all fascinated with all this stuff. So Bonnie and Clyde was always with me. I mean, when we had, of course, the famous John Dillinger, was public enemy #1. And my friends at FBI headquarters, they had on the tour, and they still have it today, the death mask of John Dillinger. Well, a friend of mine, I said, God, I was talking to him at FBI headquarters when I worked at headquarters. And I said, that's death mask. I always wanted one of those. I mean, how many people can have a death mask? And so he said, well, we still have the mold up here at headquarters. And I said, you serious? And he says, well, yeah. He said, the original that's on display, he said, it was a requirement that we make a cast because we knew somebody, some GS2 or 3 in a government would end up, because it's plaster of Paris, they'd end up dropping it or breaking it or whatever. So they made a mold.
Accidents happen.
So what happens is they made a mold, and they ended up giving me, I have at my house on the wall, it freaks a lot of people out when they first see it, is a mask, the death mask of John Dillinger. Now, what
does that say about me that I want to go visit and see this?
The same thing it says about me.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, one of the funniest things that happened was in about 1991, Dan Aykroyd, the famous Ghostbuster, Dan Aykroyd, and Isaac Tigert, who founded Hard Rock Cafe, they were in Dallas, and they wanted me to give them a tour of the 6th floor museum at Dealey Plaza, where I had been the principal historian in the planning of the museum. So Danny and I are talking because he's really into cops and stuff, and I gave him FBI baseball caps and all this, and he says, well, what do you collect, Ferris? I said, oh, my God. I said, I've got all sorts of stuff, Danny. I said, what? He goes, well, I bet you don't have what I have. And I said,
here comes.
I'm like, okay, this is the throwdown card. Right. Okay, right here.
The
gauntlet has been tossed out by,
I was going to use a worse reference.
Yes, to the Ghostbuster himself. And I said, well, okay, well, you step it up. What do you have? He goes, I have a copy of the death mask of John Dillinger. And I said to him,
you should say
excuse me a moment.
I said, funny you should say that, Danny. So do I. And I have it from the original mold. I said, you probably got yours off of eBay. And he said, well, yeah.
From downtown.
Yes, exactly.
Now, the stinger to this story,
yes,
I want to save.
Okay,
for people to come here when you talk later.
Okay,
but we mentioned something earlier, and I wanted to talk about this when we were on Your Dark Companion the other day. We just ran out of time. One of my favorite films of the last few years, I've said that Bonnie and Clyde goes well with.
Okay,
was a film called The Highwayman. with Woody Harrelson and Kevin Costner.
Yes.
I love this film. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I wanted to know about that film from your standpoint.
Well, I mean, there's, facts in Hollywood, and that's why when I got into making documentary films, if you trace the linear progression of me and my career as a filmmaker, I mean, my early influences was on realism. Okay, so to have the cast and the accents and the costumes and the set design and the props and all these ingredients which give you the visual impact of, oh, that looks pretty realistic. Okay, I was always this realistic guy, hence vis-a-vis I became a medical illustrator, learning how things work and the body and stuff like that. But in the film world, Bonnie and Clyde being the first film, and then of course, one of my favorite films also was Tora, Tora, Tora. Okay. So these, I always wanted everything to be realistic and accurate and factual. So what I learned as an adult, I hate to spoil it, but that's what being an adult does to you. It spoils a lot. It spoils a lot of things in your life. Is that all the stuff that you see in these films is not anywhere close to being accurate. So, to your question about the Highwayman, and of course, I am an honorary Texas Ranger, so I always put that out there. So I'm not, disparaging the Rangers. The Rangers come with a bag of history. They were also neutered by a governor, so the funding aspect of the Rangers, the disbanding, the neuterization, as I call it, of the Ranger force. One of the things about, Frank Hamer and the hunt of Bonnie and Clyde and all these people is, like Ranger mythology, they become bigger than life. Okay, so in other words, the character of the person. Good example here in Garland, there was a man who I worshipped as a child, a famous Texas Ranger named Captain E.J. Banks. He's the model, the physical model for the famous bronze that used to be at Love Field. You used to see it, one riot, one Ranger. So what would happen is these the Rangers, the mythology of the Rangers with the bronze, one riot, one Ranger, all that. Captain Banks, who I worshiped from being a child, like, oh my God, someday I want to be like Captain Banks. Well, I ended up meeting Captain Banks. He lived here in Garland.
I feel like there's a hammer coming.
There is a hammer coming.
Okay.
Not a hammer on this one. Okay.
No,
So Captain Banks, when I first met Captain Banks 40 years ago, it's 40 years ago this year, I thought, this man, oh my God, this is the Ranger. This is the one I saw as a child at Love Field. Oh my God, one riot, one Ranger. And so, he invited me to his house. And so I go into his into his house, and in the backyard, he has these coffee cans full of stagnant water with guns in the coffee cans.
Inside the water?
Inside the water. Now, from a law enforcement, I was working for the FBI. From the law enforcement standpoint, I'm like, what? Good God, what are you doing? I mean, how do you forget your guns in the rain? I mean, it's like, I thought, okay, maybe he's got dementia or he's got some sort of, issue going on. I'm like, Captain Banks, what's up with the guns out here in your backyard in coffee cans? Number one, who stores guns in coffee cans? But number two, the stagnant water, they're rusting. It goes against all principles as a law enforcement man.
Technically, they're not even guns anymore at that
Correct.
point.
Okay. So I asked him, I said, so what's up with this? And he says, oh, these are the guns that I sell at gun shows. I said, but who the hell would buy these things after they've been eroded and they're in horrible condition?
I see where this is going.
He said, well, Ferris, let me explain something to you. And this is one of the chapters of being an adult is people bring you into confidence and they tell you how life really is. He said, well, Ferris, let me tell you something. This is what you have to understand. when people buy these guns from me at the gun show, he says, I tell a story that this is a gun that I took off Bonnie and Clyde, it was recovered in their car and the like. And he says, so what they're doing is they're buying the story and they're not buying the artifact. He says, yeah, the artifact is merely a vehicle to fulfill their fantasy. They want to say, oh, yes, hanging on the wall, this is Bonnie and Clyde's gun. So I said, that's a fraud.
Yeah.
That's fraudulent.
It's a genuine prop replica.
It's exactly genuine prop with a certificate of false authenticity. So what all this ended up doing for me is it shattered the idea of a childhood hero, of this guy who was full of ethics and one riot, one ranger. So when watching the film of the history and lore of Texas Rangers and Frank Hamer and so and the like, a lot of that I can't look through the same lens anymore. It's kind of like once you've had your eyes tested, once you've gone to the optometrist or your ophthalmologist or wherever you get your eyes tested, you can't put on the old glasses anymore the same and look at things the same. Suddenly you go, oh, no, I can now read. So it's kind of like that's the myopic, a change of getting your prescription fixed. And so as a documentary filmmaker, I have the biggest problem. So does Raylene Linder and Buddy Barrow when it comes to watching the Bonnie and Clyde. Raylene's only seen the film one time. This is the first time I've ever seen it since a child on the big screen.
That's an entirely different experience.
It's a totally, because for me now, now I'm seeing it on a real projection screen as opposed to on your computer or on a TV or whatever on a DVD. But all of this, for me as a documentary filmmaker, what it did for me is it made sure that facts and accuracy and I've done films for Discovery Channel, History Channel, Smithsonian Channel, all these various, outlets, HBO. I always believe you got to get it right, because in this world of YouTube, which more people get through streaming services, and perhaps that's why my spike in my website, 1,305 people in one day. That's so far. Yeah, it's going to get another ping after this, but
that's what we're hoping.
We like our pings.
That's the goal.
Yes, we like our pings.
We're manifesting it.
So what happens is when you produce a film and it's going to be out there forever and ever in perpetuity or whatever. Same thing. I did a book for Time Life called The Day Kennedy Died. You have people that are going to read it, or it's going to be in a library, or it's going to be online and you can download it or stream it or however you get it. And I don't want to suddenly think, oh my God, in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, that something that I produce that has my name on it, someone's going to go, what the hell was this guy thinking?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the test of time, the ability to produce something where it's going to be good.
I got you.
It's going to be good now. It's going to be good later. It's kind of like a good wine. Hopefully it's going to get better with time.
Yeah. I like when I can go back and visit things and go, you know what, that holds up really well.
It does.
And we've got to let you get inside because it's also time for doors open.
This actually reminds me of one thing that the first treatment I ever wrote before getting into a script was called That SOB Wyatt Earp.
Yes.
I was told to scrap it. Don't even try.
And go ahead and give the website again.
Hit it.
Okay, if you want to hit the website and, of course, send me an email and tell me how much you disagree, which I saw. I love to read the comments about some of your viewers were like saying how misinformed I was.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yes, exactly. But what's going to happen is if you go to my website, ferrisrookstool.com, and that's FARR instead of FE, but FARRISROOKSTOOL.com. You can go on there. You can see the documentaries I've done, the books I've done, and the current work that I'm working on, and go through there, spend time on it. Don't just go to the splash page and say, I've been there, done that. But see, you can get a balance as to who I am as a forensic historian. I'm the only forensic historian in the world, and you can get an idea what I do for a living. And it's been great being with you guys.
again, I get to actually shake your hand this
Thanks,
time,
man.
sir. Welcome, stop by. We'll see you here in a
Absolutely,
little while.
sir.
Absolutely.
You're watching, listening, however you're doing at the Clubhouse Podcast. We are live in downtown Garland, Texas at the Plaza Theater. It is the opening night of the It Came From Texas Film Festival. Doors are opening here in about 6 minutes.
Yes.
7 o'clock will be Bonnie and Clyde. 9:30 will be the Maki Horror Picture Show. And then tomorrow, they're actually going to take a dinner break.
Oh,
That's
That's
how
very
much
convenient.
is going on tomorrow. They're taking a dinner break. All right. Our next guest is so important. She has credentials. We don't even have those.
well, Don has
help
credentials.
her get
Here,
that.
I got you. Just a moment.
Oh, Don has our now.
Right
Now we're
here.
important. Okay, now
Sorry, we'll get that right down there.
media.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
Is that
right.
comfortable for you?
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear everything okay?
Uh-huh.
Tell her. Look right that little dot in that upper right corner. Tell her right over here. Tell everybody who you are. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Bonnie Parker's niece. My dad was her brother, and my birth name is Bonnie Ray Parker. And my aunt Billie Jean changed my name when I was in about the 5th grade. And so I've got names and names.
Yeah.
You
You have the street cred on that.
absolutely there. But
So, and tonight the movie starts here in a little over a half an hour. Are you excited to see this on a big screen?
I saw it when it first came out.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, my Aunt Billie Jean was not happy, and Blanche, and from what I understood, my Aunt Billie Jean expressed her unhappiness daily. I had to work,
Yeah.
so I didn't have to go. But so I don't think I'm sure that she and Blanche never saw the movie at all, and I saw it one time, and
Is
but
that the only time you've seen it?
uh-huh,
So this is only the second time you've ever seen the film.
right,
Both times in a theater.
right.
We're happy that you're here.
Well, it's we hid from it for so many years and
Okay.
all, and with name change, you didn't have to explain anything to anybody.
Also
you
fair.
know.
Also fair.
And we're I've accused Marie Barrow of bringing me out of the closet there, and then kind of gotten involved in it, and then have met so many people, and I can assure you my Aunt Billie Jean is rolling in her. I'm sure we'll have quite a talk when we meet again.
Not for a long time.
right.
Not for a long time.
Now, the interesting thing with that is with seeing it now as how you are,
Yeah.
do you feel like you're going to see it from an entirely different perspective this time?
I don't know.
Oh, you're just
Time will
going to be
tell.
experiencing.
I'm just
Okay,
going to,
that's
right.
cool.
I don't know because I hadn't really thought that much about it,
Okay.
through the time. Time marches on, and
Oh yeah.
there.
Are
So
you going to be able to take some questions after the movie from the audience?
I don't think they're going to do that. I
Okay.
think
They haven't told us
I
either
think
way,
this
so.
is kind of my part
Oh,
today.
Well, you know
Well,
what?
we're happy
We
to
will
have you.
take it. We will take it.
We had about 3 minutes on Channel 4 this morning.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Very nice.
It was cut short because of the
The press
other
conference.
things- other
press
things going on in the
right,
world.
and everything. So it was so funny because a girl that I worked with many years ago sent me on Facebook, said, "I saw you on Channel 4." At like 3 minutes, I'm sure,
Hey, that's-
and
Hey, that's more than most people get.
yeah,
More than I've
well,
had. So you got me beat.
We are in the process of getting Bonnie, or trying to get Bonnie moved to be next to Clyde.
Oh,
Right. I've been working on it for quite a while, and we've got so many people working with us and all. But there's one person that's working against us, and that's the cemetery owner where
Really?
she's buried.
Oh, where
yeah.
she is now.
Mhm.
I see.
And he used her for advertising. He does, which is fine, But my grandmother, my dad, my Aunt Billie Jean's 2 babies, my other grandmother from my mom's side, and all. I'm leaving him like 7 people. I just want one,
yeah, there you go.
know. And but that's the one he doesn't. So hopefully we've got court things going on
Well,
and
they're
such.
telling
so-
us that they got to let you in and get seated already.
Oh,
So
Do what?
they want to let you get inside, get you seated.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
thank you so
All
much
right.
for sitting down with
Well,
us.
thank
and
you.
we'll
I,
see you just
I
in a
hope
few
I
minutes.
didn't tell something that I shouldn't.
No, you're good.
No,
You did a
ma'am, you were
job.
great.
You're great.
Loved having you.
Don's gonna walk her in.
Yep.
Thank
you so much,
That was
ma'am.
Beautiful. That was awesome.
That was very cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it's an interesting story in that same concept. I was curious if she was going to say what the preventing of the exhuming and moving would be, because you could see the argument from both sides. It's just a matter of where you agree or disagree with it.
I think there will definitely be legal entanglements. I think.
Oh, there will be red tape on red tape on
Yeah.
red tape.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but you
know,
understand.
I
Like I said,
get
you
it.
understand it from
I
both sides.
get
It
it.
doesn't mean you have to choose a side.
What I would say, don't make it right, just makes it what it is.
Exactly.
You know. We still had a bunch of stuff to talk about, but we're almost out of time.
Hey, like I said, we've done more with less.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to save stuff we watched this week in movies for next week.
Are we really that far up against it?
It's 6:30 now.
I can't tell time.
Yeah, that's why I keep doing this, because I'm just like, oh my goodness. Just because we got to get this all torn down and put away.
Absolutely.
But again, tonight in about 30 minutes, Don's back, and oh goodness, shuffle.
Yeah.
Doors are now open. People are getting seated for Bonnie and Clyde coming up at 7:00. And I'm telling you, there's more to Ferris's story.
Oh,
There's a reason he's here tonight.
Let me say that there is somebody who does not contact me who has been blowing my phone up since he got on air.
Oh, really?
The same person who went to the 6th floor museum with me and went,
All I'm saying is definitely check out YDC this week from earlier this week. We really had a really good conversation listening to Ferris tell his stories. And
I'm glad she brought up that thing, if I can, about, because I just asked her real fast, is should Bonnie and Clyde be resting together?
Yeah.
And there is an open spot, and there's always been that debate, and that she's in favor of it. And she actually brought it up because that's one thing I wanted to ask. And would it be two to, but, they're a married couple, so I'm glad she brought that up.
all right, well, you see that QR code that's right over there. It's there. I moved it. It's over by Don's head. Scan it so you can find all of our social media. Our normal show every Thursday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, is your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. We will be back at the motherships, you could say.
Yep.
Because there are 3 of them. Next Thursday night, you can follow me on your social medias if you like. Everything is Yes, That Rob Irvin. That is spelled ERVIN.
I am Vexploit on all social media. If you'd like to help out the show, please go to ProWrestlingTees.com and search for the Cheap Podcast. We got a lot of different designs and a lot of different color options within those designs. If you want to make a tweak or have a design you'd like to submit, you will get paid for 100% of the proceeds made on any shirt sold from your design, and you can send those to alex@theclubhousepodcast.com.
And you get those URLs, the URL to get those awesome shirts that make me look good, ProWrestlingTees.com/cheappopcast. At Twitter, I'm @McBulu, IGVNUU. And if you want this madness like this at your place, email me, Don@theclubhousepodcast.com.
We love doing these live remote broadcasts and hanging out with the Empire. Make sure you're following all of the shows right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. Make sure you're following us on the YouTubes, as the kids say, whether it's Norm, whether it's YDC, whether it's Al Maximo, whether it's the Angle, all of the shows. Follow them all. Because and Ziggy, I don't know why Ziggy.
Beer 30 Sports O'Clock.
That's right. Follow all the shows. Because
And it
you
was
never
just
know.
wondering with Norm.
That's right. So you never know when we're going to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes we don't know until the day before.
you're not wrong.
And do we have a sponsor or?
We did it last night.
Oh, okay.
We did it last night.
Okay.
So until next time, for Don, for Alex, for all of our guests, for Kelly Kitchens, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Clubhouse is closed, and I promise you, just at the end of last night's show, go look it up. It's true.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.